quick video, really pissed off. Really freaking pissed off. Right? I'm seeing a lot of Arsenal fans on social media now because the board are backing Emery, which is up to them, not up to us, but basically saying, Ralstonelli, Edu, out. Are you seriously taking the fucking piss? Seriously. This is an absolute fucking joke. Just a little warning for the video, there will be strong language because trust me, I have a lot to say. Since we moved to the Emirates, right, have we signed any actual prospect in players where we've been linked to and we've missed? We've had one summer with Ralstonelli and Edu, basically, in the board. Forget about the Cronkies. Doesn't matter about Josh or Stan. Doesn't matter. They're irrelevant. They make their own stuff, not stuff up, but they make their own way, basically telling us. But seriously, Ralstonelli has had one summer with Arsenal on a budget of 45 million, has brought in one of the best prospect wingers in world football in Nicolas Pepe. And yes, once again, I have stuck my neck on the line for this kid. And I know, he's not a kid, he's a man. But I know that he's going to come good. The problem with our squad at the minute is not down to the players and it's not down to mentality. It's down to the manager. Unai Emery has got a lot to answer for. The amount of times he keeps swapping and changing that defence, that strike force, that midfield, the way he keeps swapping it, the players don't know if they're coming or going. They don't know when to press, they don't know when to come back. Watch against Leicester. We started the game off, we controlled the game, passing it around, but then when they had the ball, none of us pressed. Guendouzi started pressing from the front. Then Torreira started pressing, but leaving gaps at the back where Vardy was exploiting. Then you got Lacazette, who looked like he was going to press, but then had to move into the middle, and Aubameyang out on the left, or out on the right. Basically two strikers on the pitch, but none of them where they should be, right? Mesut Ozil trying to get the ball to make something happen in midfield. Nobody with him. Where is Lacazette? Where is Aubameyang to actually drop deep between the lines? Like Jose Mourinho says, to drop between the lines, to pick the ball up, to then find Aubameyang, and should be finding Nicolas Pepe if he'd started. Ozil is there to create. That's the difference, right? Aubameyang, Lacazette, Pepe are there to create and find the back of the net. I don't expect Ozil to score goals. Not at the age that he is. I do not expect him to score more than 10 goals, but I expect him to create 10 chances in a game. So this is what really does my head in. So we go from years and years and years of, we've been linked to Kylian Mbappe. Bloody hell, Ivan Gazidis, they've gone over to Monaco and everything. Wenger's there as well. Wow, what's happening here? What's happening here? Nothing. They had a conversation. Everything apparently was agreed. And it was Arsene Wenger, the great Arsene Wenger, since we've moved to the Emirates. Because let's be honest, Arsene Wenger has not been a great manager since we've moved to the Emirates. He's been a fraud. And everyone says, he dedicated the next 12 years of his life to Arsenal when we moved to the stadium. Yeah, because if he'd gone to Real Madrid, Barcelona or Bayern Munich, he would have got the frigging sack years ago. Years ago. It's him and Ivan Gazidis that have destroyed this club with the money that we've got from sponsorships, Champions League, every year, constantly, qualification, and just pissing our money away on Lucas Perez, Mustafi, Granit Xhaka. See what I'm getting at? Danny Welbeck, Callum Chambers. See what I'm getting at? Ralstonelli has been here for one fucking summer, and he's gone and got Nicolas Pepe, the most wanted winger. He's also gone and got Kieran Tierney, the most wanted left back. Just because he's come from Celtic isn't a disgrace or anything. It's only 25 mil. Van Dijk came from Celtic and look where he is. Seriously, this is what pisses me off with our fan base. Arsenal fans are the most deluded cunts you will ever hear in your life. And yes, I'll put myself up there as well, because I go along with it sometimes. I don't see many fans actually admitting on camera when they're deluded. I see them putting the blame on other people. Does my head in. I sat there on Sunny TV Unfiltered and I said, when Bellerin, Tierney and Holding come back, we'll have a better defence and we'll not leak so many goals. Still stand by that. The problem is, with our manager, he's constantly setting the team up for failure every single week. The players have had enough of it, the fans have had enough of it. I put a tweet out a few days ago and it was our 4-2 win against Tottenham. That game was unbelievable. We were amazing until we went 2-1 down, where Tottenham had 5 minutes in the game. They pulled one back and got a penalty. And then in the second half, they couldn't deal with us. They could not deal with us. Literally. They had even struggled to try and contain us. Absolutely. You can put it down to Aaron Ramsey as much as you want. Basically, those players knew what they were doing. They knew when to press, they knew when to come back, and they knew when to actually go for the attack, the counter-attack. With Emery now, because he's been battered at Anfield, he's been battered at Leicester, battered at Everton, battered at Bournemouth, against Bournemouth, battered from other teams, basically, absolutely to a point where he's shit scared. He's absolutely terrified as a manager. This is what really does my head in. We need a manager, and I'm going to say it, we need a manager like Jose Mourinho. I couldn't care what he said about our club, because everything that Jose said about our club was spot on. 10 times he took on our precious Arsene Wenger. 10 times he won. When Chelsea came to the Emirates and actually didn't even boss us in that game, sat back, played for a draw, all they needed was 1 point to guarantee winning, to go on to win the title. Why come to the Emirates against an attacking Arsenal team and try and play us at our own game? Because if they'd lost that, they could have probably lost the other one and the title's gone. Jose is not stupid. Jose is not a stupid man. And everyone says, well, he spent loads of money at Man United and he was backed at Man United. He was never backed at Man United. Man United spend stupid money all the time. Go and see the money that they spend under LVG. Go and see the money that they spent under Mourinho. Mourinho gave a list of players he wanted. He took that Man United team to second in the fucking league. Second against Man City's 100 points team. And then when he gave him a list for the following year, what to get, they didn't give him any of the players he wanted. And it was Ed Woodward and the Glazers that fucked over Manchester United that year and set Mourinho up for failure. It does my head in so much. But anyway, like I said, we need an elite manager, a proper manager that knows how to set a team up defensively. If you think that Jose, right, is Arsenal manager, we're playing Newcastle at the Emirates, right? Next year we're playing Newcastle at the Emirates. Said Jose is the manager. Do you really think Jose is going to put 7 people behind the ball at the Emirates against Newcastle? Behave, seriously. If you think that, you know fuck all about football. Just because he doesn't play fast counter-attacking ticky-tacky football like Wenger. Oh God. He wins trophies. He's a serial winner. He knows how to win the biggest and best trophies. Look at Man United's team that won the Europa League. They scraped through the quarters. They scraped through the semi-finals. We flew through the quarters. We flew through the semi-finals. But we bottled it in the final. And down to the players that Wenger wanted that let us down. And then I saw another tweet earlier. Apparently Mkhitaryan was a better player for Arsenal than Pepe. Seriously, piss off. Do my absolute treeing. We could have, literally, Kylian Mbappe, Nicolas Pepe and bleeding Messi as a front three, and we would still whinge. This is what pisses me off with Arsenal fans. We are so flip-flop, it's unbelievable. We laugh at Man United constantly for it, and I get it, it's banter. We laugh at Liverpool for it. We laugh at Tottenham about it. We laugh at bleeding Everton about it. But we never admit it to ourselves, do we? Does my absolute tree in. Like, this thing that Wenger's done today, I've not even looked into it because I can't be arsed. I'm not bothered. I couldn't give a shit, to be honest. It affects Arsenal for no reason. Not interested. I don't even know what the position is. Is he the head of FIFA now or what? I haven't got a clue, but I couldn't really care. But anyway, like I said, I'll be saying stuff on my channel what I won't say on Sonny's channel because I have respect for Sonny and I won't say stuff to basically send bad stuff over to his channel. I'll happily take it on mine. I'll have all your trolls and your arseholes that send me messages. Give it all to me, trust me, because I know how to deal with trolls. I know how to deal with bleeding keyboard warriors. And it's easy as well. I don't have to do this. Block. I don't have to do that with these trolls, trust me. But seriously, if any Arsenal fan is actually saying, Raul Sanllehi out, you are absolutely fucking clueless. You know nothing about football. That's all I'm going to say. And another thing I'm going to say as well. Claude from AFTV, you, mate, are a fucking fraud. You're an absolute fraud. You stand there on AFTV. If you want to have a chat with Robbie, why do you have to do this? It's time to go! Why do you have to shout? Why do you have to shout? Because you want that as your catchphrase. You want people to then basically know you like they know with troops. Obama who? Obama what? That's what you want. You're so desperate to be famous. I don't care if anyone's not happy with this. Told you, this is my channel. You are so desperate to be famous and to be noticed. There's a lot more on AFTV that are the exact same. They're so desperate to have their own little limelight, to have their own little show, to have their own little ego massaged. Trust me, if you want to see real, honest, loyal Arsenal fans, go watch Sonny TV Unfiltered, because we have loads on there. We have loads. People like me that have tried to get on AFTV about a good 3 or 4 years ago, tried to get on AFTV. We'd beaten Southampton 3-2, I think, at the Emirates, when Aubameyang scored 2, right? And then Lacazette scored with a penalty. I tried to get on there to actually try and say something towards the Europa League and all that. Couldn't get on. If you're not noticed or you're not recognised, you do not get on that show. That's why they have their regulars. That's all I'm going to say. You might get the odd new one all of a sudden because he's got to freshen it up, but it's always the new ones. I have been to away games and I have seen them looking on their phone on what they want to say and going through it like this in their head and going, I'm going to say that. I've seen it all, trust me. I've not videoed it because I couldn't give a shit, but I could easily video it and out 3 of them right now. That's all I'm going to say. But anyone that says they want the board out, seriously, let's just get rid of Sanllehi, let's get rid of Edu, let's get rid of Emery, and let's let the fans fucking run this club. Because if they do, we'll be in League fucking 2. Done. Assholes.